I knocked my headphones off, man.
Banging.
I was raving there for a minute.
Hell
I
yeah,
was
you
into
were,
it,
man. You're throwing it down.
I
man.
finally got some sleep last night, man. It was
you?
so good. Oh, God.
You needed it, man.
Man, I've been, the last couple days, dude. I don't know, just, insomnia. I've been kicking my
Cocaine's
butt.
a hell of a drug.
I was watching, that just reminded me. I caught this comedian magician. I forget what his name was, but it was on Netflix last night, and I was
Okay.
like, "This looks cool."
Yeah.
And dude, it was a good special.
Was it?
It was, dude. It was pretty funny. It was like,
I wish I knew which one it was. That sounds fun.
I could tell you for sure. It was cool too because it actually ended up being family friendly. Like, he didn't say a swear word the whole entire performance
not
and
selling
everything. And I'm sorry, man.
I'm kidding.
Hey, I have a kiddo that's always around.
I
man.
get it. No, especially at that age, you gotta be careful about it.
Yeah, but no, man, it was really good.
What's up, little doggy?
Good
morning.
Mike in the house, man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Hell yeah, you are. You got the dog shirt on.
Yes, oh well. Got to represent.
It is a little doggy on your shirt.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Justin Willman. Sorry.
Justin who?
Justin Willman.
Huh.
That was
okay,
his
I
name.
hadn't seen him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how long is the special like?
It's like maybe 45 minutes.
Okay.
So
what is he, like a street magician or?
I really don't know, and I didn't mean to just take it back over from you, man. How's it going, dude?
Upset, man. I don't know.
It says his show is called Magic for Humans. It features him performing magic tricks for unsuspecting people in various public settings.
I see.
So yeah, I guess something like that. But apparently he made it into a special, and it was just cool. It was
Okay,
fun.
I'll have to
So
check
check
it
it
out.
out, man. Yeah, it was
Can't wait.
kind of funny. Huh?
Can't wait for part 2, Magic for Dogs.
Right?
For dogs. It'd probably freak them out, actually.
Yes.
You could probably trip them out with some good magic, man.
It was funny, like one of his little, and it was right in the beginning, so I could tell you this one. But he was
Yeah.
like, "There's two types of people that like magic. People that like magic because they believe in it. They like the way it makes them feel,
Okay.
And then there's the other side that doesn't. They don't like the way it makes them feel. They always want to figure out how it's done. Or
Oh,
whatever,
right.
So anyway, so he goes on and he asks somebody in the audience, a random name, and then he pulls a paper out of a box and it's that person's name. And so he's like, now for the people that don't like magic, that other side, I'll give you a chance to guess how it's done, and if you guess right, then I'll tell you how I do it or whatever.
So it's not magic.
Right, and so then so he does this,
Of
and
course
he
it's magic.
Right, he calls out to somebody in the audience, and they're like, "Well, you have a printer inside the box that's hooked up Wi-Fi to somebody in the back, and
Oh,
then
that's a good
type in
call.
the name,
Good
and
call. Yeah.
it prints
I've
out
heard
the paper."
that before.
It could happen.
And so he goes, "All right, take that guy's mic away," and he pulls out the box, and sure enough, there's a printer in there, and he's like, "Yeah, man, that's actually exactly how
Is it
it's
really?
done.
It was a
Good
printer?
job."
Yeah.
So he leads you on to think that. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you were wrong." And it was a picture of a printer, and he folds it up and throws it at the
Oh,
dude.
wow.
He's like, "There's your souvenir."
That's pretty great.
So even in the end, you're kind
So
of
you
like,
screwed him over.
"All right, wait a minute. How did he do that?" Yeah.
Because P has discipline.
He has not eaten one. Andy.
I have not, and
These are from Dale's, you said too, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Dale's, man. It's iconic.
Well, because this is the one that's up for sale, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, it
maybe
is.
so.
And
Now,
I saw
maybe.
Facebook was lit up over this.
Oh
place.
man, it's an institution in Benton.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been around a long time, and
Since I was a little kid, I've been
they've
going there
never-
getting donut holes.
They've never had a miss that I know of. I mean, they're always
Okay.
they've been solid for years.
We're gonna try it out because
Yeah.
I've never had it. This will be my first ever Dale's
What?
donut, and I've lived here. I've never
Sometimes-
even heard of this.
Sometimes you can go in there and get them hot.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so
Man.
good.
Well, there was a bakery back in my hometown in Michigan, man. I just love to go to.
Yeah,
I've always been looking for something. Did you ever have a craving
Yeah,
for
man,
some,
sure.
home style food?
yeah, absolutely. Let's get to some news you can use. Couples planning to get married are being given an opportunity to exchange their vows in Ohio in the presence of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. That's right. The Akron Municipal Court will host ceremonies July 11th with the Wienermobile on hand for photo opportunities. Yeah, that'd be great to get married in front of the Wienermobile.
It actually would be cool.
I guess if you had a good sense of humor as a couple, it could be funny. I don't know that that'd be where I'd want to get married in front of, but it is memorable. I'll
Right.
say that. Very memorable. Let's see. Oh, this is like something out
You don't
of.
want to have a giant wiener in all your wedding photos?
I already would be. This is something like out of a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner commercial or cartoon. Fire crews continue working after a warehouse full of fireworks exploded in Northern California. That was last night, about 40 miles north of Sacramento. Sent plumes of smoke billowing about 15,000 feet up. It's pretty damn high. Firefighters were staying through the night to try to put out the hot spots.
I watched him eat 15 of those, and you can't finish one.
Man, I did once.
What? What are you talking about?
Why is he?
He had the only radio donut eating contest I have ever
Oh,
seen.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, no,
And
it
it was
terrible.
successful. No, it was successful as hell.
It was
And
that.
Patrick stomped his ass.
Yeah, I also nearly killed myself ingesting Cinnabon Delights one time too.
Y'all are gonna have
I
to
was there to
excuse me
root
for
you
that.
on, but you can't finish one, Rich?
No, not a fan.
Oh my God!
This is chocolate long johns with Bavarian as my kryptonite. I hear you,
God,
Andy.
yes.
Those are pretty good. All right, let's see what else is going on. Hey, Pittsburgh International Airport needs thousands of volunteers to participate in a dress rehearsal ahead of opening a new terminal. So they want 3,000 to 4,000 volunteers to reenact what opening day is going to be like. Yeah, wouldn't you want to volunteer to go hang out at the airport and pretend to be going somewhere? No, it sounds like the terrible day.
Volunteer.
Why would you do that? Yeah, volunteer, not even paid. What do you get? Do you get some free miles or something
You
for
get to
doing
go
that?
see the airport before everybody else.
Oh boy, that's great. Hey, just so you know, just as TMZ reported, Sydney Sweeney's not looking to date right now. So I just want to let all y'all know that.
Oh, well, thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Stop calling me Sydney.
Is that a female?
Yeah, definitely.
You don't know who she is? For
He
real?
knows
For
who
real?
she is. Everybody knows who
gonna
she
say.
is. He knows who she is.
There she is.
No. You never seen
The
her
jury
Who they are.
in Diddy's sex trafficking trial told the judge yesterday it had 4 of the 5 charges decided, but split on the biggest, racketeering. Jurors said some members can't be moved on that count. The judge sent them home with orders to come back at 9 a.m. today and keep talking. If they stay deadlocked, they could declare a mistrial on the racketeering charge, still announce the verdicts on the other counts. Jurors will keep weighing testimony and evidence until they can reach and explain a final answer on each charge. Yeah, I've been saying for a minute I wasn't sure they were going to get him on the worst of charges. You know, I think that some bad shit's gone down, but you know it's the kind of bad shit that goes down when you do drugs and party and get hammered and hang around a bunch of rich people.
Right.
Shit's going to go down like that. You guys having a good time? It seems like you got your own bag going over there.
I'm showing him a picture of Sydney
Okay.
Sweeney.
No, I understand.
Want him to be
I
up
understand.
to speed.
You have to see more of her than just a photo to understand. The University of Pennsylvania will remove Leah Thomas's times from its women's swimming record book and apologize to teammates who lost medals or titles to the trans athlete. The move settles a Department of Education probe that said it violated Title IX by letting Thomas race on the women's team in 2022. Under that agreement, Penn must return awards to female swimmers who place behind Thomas, send each an apology letter, adopt a biology-based rule that bars male-born athletes from women's sports. I do agree with that, actually. I think that women should play in women's sports. End of story. You know?
Yep.
That's it. Let's see. It's the big, beautiful bill made it through the Senate. It's the House now. You can watch it every day on the news if you want to. More than 1,500 bikers in the UK escorted 16-year-old Josh Duff to his prom after his dad reached out for help to support his son who'd been dealing with bullying. The overwhelming show of solidarity turned his arrival into a community-wide celebration that left him feeling pretty great. His story sparked a lot of attention and calls for greater awareness about bullying. I think that's cool when, you know, a community rallies around a kid like that, you know, for whatever reason. I think it's always great. Last Friday, a helicopter dropped thousands of dollars over East Detroit to honor the final wishes of a local businessman It's meant to show love for the community, drew crowds of people who rushed to collect the falling money. He's a terminally ill patient. His final wish was to drop cash out of a helicopter for people, and so he got to do it. That's pretty damn cool.
And then 15 people died by robbery.
Yeah, they were trampled.
This is Detroit we're talking about.
trampled,
Come
yeah.
on, yeah.
Sylvester Samedo of Weymouth, Massachusetts, won $300,000 in the mass cash lottery after playing a set of numbers based on the elevator stops at his old job. He played the same numbers 3 times on a ticket, matched all 5 winning numbers, and collected his prize last week. Plans to use part of it to attend a Boston Red Sox away game. Well, how modest of him, you know?
Hookers and cocaine.
Hookers and blow. That's it. Do you like Bill Hader? I do. We already had one Saturday Night Live star take a swing at the Cat in the Hat. That's Mike Myers. It's not a version a lot of people love. Bill Hader is returning to the Dr. Seuss, or bringing the Dr. Seuss character back in an animated version. So look for that to blow up in theaters. Squid Game 3 set a huge Netflix record. It already has streamed about 60 million times so far.
Dang.
So that's pretty damn amazing.
Right.
In 4 days, that topped the premiere week record that Wednesday set with 50 million back in 2022. I started watching it. I like Squid Game though. It's interesting.
I never got into it.
Yeah.
The first episode of the 3rd season, I really can't. I've tried twice.
Yeah.
But I was like so into the other 2.
Yeah, it takes a minute. I think it took me about 3 to pick back up to feel where they were at, because it
They did a cliffhanger thing.
Yeah, and they pick right back up, but you've forgotten all the people by then, so it takes a minute to relearn them. And but so far so good. If you like Shane Gillis, a lot of people do. Tires, his show on Netflix, has been renewed for season 3. This time he'll have a lot of other people on there, including Chris O'Connor, Kyla Fox, Stavros Halkias, however you say that, and who else is going to be on there? That's it for now. He's had Vince Vaughn, Ron White, Thomas Hayden Church, and a lot more. What's up, man? What's going on over there?
I was legit freaking out there for a minute.
Why?
Just OCD almost got to me.
Yeah.
He was slowly reaching over like he was going to hit my power button.
Oh, I
Turn my
got you.
Well, it's a button. I just want to see what it does.
Yeah. Scientist or Stellantis is recalling 8,400 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona electric cars because the cars don't make the fake sounds they were supposed to at low speeds. Each Charger has an external amp and a speaker system. It's meant to pump out the sound of an engine, so if you're blind and an electric car comes, it doesn't hit you.
They were playing engine noises on the inside of Teslas when they first started.
Yeah.
And I think you can still get that as part of it. You can download the app.
Yeah, I think you can make fart sounds even. Believe it or
You can
not.
do whatever you want.
Yeah, you really can. All right.
Cool.
2 weeks ago, nobody, and I mean nobody, had heard of this band. Oh, hold on. I just lost my whole place.
So apparently
Yeah.
YouTube has given our listeners like top fan status now.
Oh, yeah?
And
Yeah, I don't
they
see
get you get points based on so if you like the stream, if you share the stream,
Oh.
and you can battle for rankings. Everybody was
really?
just talking about
Oh,
it
that's
in
cool.
comments because I was like, what is going on?
I
Everybody
don't
was
see
asking.
it. It must be
and
PC.
Interesting.
Latasha, is that a PC thing?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I promise you, nobody had heard of the Velvet Sundown. Today, they have over 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and 2 full albums. The music site Louder Sound dug into the band a bit and found no live shows, no interview clips, photos that looked like AI. So actually, after doing a lot of research, they determined that there is no band called the Velvet Sundown. It was all done by someone with AI, and they're trying to figure out who it is.
Copying Patrick Bean.
Well,
You
look at
do.
it. I didn't quite put out an album or create a fake
I
band,
got like
but
50 songs of the
I do
best.
have 50
the
songs.
best music. I have been singing
Stop.
the damn Doritos song in my head for 3 days.
That's funny, actually. That song, that dumbass song.
Wish I could get that out of my damn head.
I'm sorry, you can't, man. Let's see. Let's go to California. Police said they pulled over a swerving SUV on Sunday night, found the driver far gone. An open Bud Light sat in the cup holder. Field test showed his blood alcohol was over 3 times the legal limit. Officers arrested him for DUI and driving on an already suspended license after a prior DUI. Then they counted over 70 empty Bud Light cans in the car. This dude was pounding beers. You should try liquor. It's going to be a lot cheaper for you, man.
Liquor is so much better because she really likes it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Fun fact, when you post something for sale on Facebook, it has your name and your picture, right, and picture next to it. Deputies in Spotsylvania County spotted for sale ads on social media from a suspect that they had already wanted. So what they do, they posed as buyers, set up a meet at 30-year-old Austin Kyle at his house Friday and arrested him on the spot. What a dumbass. He's putting stuff on Marketplace when he's wanted. I need a little money. How about the free agency from the NBA if you're into it? The Denver Nuggets, they traded Michael Porter Jr. for Cameron Johnson. A lot of people say that's a win. It gives them a lot more presence on defense. Didn't lose much in the shooting department, but I like Michael Porter Jr. a lot. I'm not sure it is a good trade. The commissioner was pissed off at the Rockets about the Kevin Durant trade because it stole some of the draft thunder. He'll get over it. But after that move, they swiped Dorian Finney-Smith from the Lakers, extended Jabari Smith 5 years, and boosted their rebounding with Clint Capella. So the Rockets could be pretty formidable. The Clippers inked a deal with Brooks Lopez, and that boosts the defense. Deals with Harden and Nick Barton weren't game changers, but they'll stay pretty competitive. And then the Hawks, they had a good draft, but they added Nickeil Alexander-Walker to complement Trae Young. They signed Luke Kennard, kind of a head-scratcher, but might be good. Dick Vitale, this is pretty interesting. Just like the NBA, the WNBA chooses all-stars through a combination of fan voting, 50%, media voting, 25%, and then the players vote at 25%. Even though she's missed 16 games due to injury, it wasn't a shock to see Caitlin Clark run away with the fan vote among guards. And she came in third place in the media vote. What was a shock to many was to see how many WNBA players ranked Clark among guards. They voted her in ninth place.
What?
Yeah. Many in the world of sports punditry called out the vote as a no-doubt sign of resentment. One of the more outspoken critics, Dick Vitale, he said it's absolutely pure jealousy they voted Clark the ninth best guard. And someday they'll realize what she's done for all players in the WNBA. Yeah, no, she's the Michael Jordan of the WNBA, and they hate it. I don't know why they hate her so much because she's amazingly talented.
You know, one thing that I've noticed since Caitlin Clark has come to light and I have started watching some NBA or WNBA stuff, I never even watched clips
No,
before Caitlin Clark.
no, and I will watch her clips. I haven't watched a game, but I'll watch
What I've
clips.
noticed is how few of these women can lay up.
No, that's the whole knock on the WNBA is that Caitlin Clark plays like they play in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's what her game looks like.
She
It
played with
mirrors that.
with guys.
Yeah,
obviously.
the only thing that she cannot do is dunk the ball. And that's fine because not every NBA player can dunk the ball. But if you're going to play ball, play ball. And a lot of the WNBA players don't. And so she came in playing this complete game, and she's obviously much better. She's set a prototype for people, blueprint for people to follow.
Growing up, I was friends with a girl that played Razorback basketball named Christy Smith.
Yeah.
And she would destroy anybody. Like when we wouldn't play basketball with her.
Yeah, because she'd beat the boys.
Just destroy us.
Yeah.
And she was like 6 inches shorter than us.
Yeah.
And
But
she
just
was
had
a
game.
dude.
And she's played like a man. And Caitlin Clark, she shoots like Steph Curry. I mean, she's just out there throwing threes up like crazy.
Yeah.
The last time there was an NCAA basketball video game was when EA Sports put out NCAA Basketball 10 in 2009. EA Sports put up a post said, "Bring the madness." It revealed it's finally changing. College sports reporter Matt Brown said he heard the game will be ready for release in 2028 with a tentative title of EA Sports College Basketball. He said the game will feature men and women's teams, around 730 of them, and the plan is to have game mode similar to those found in EA's college football game. So there you go. And you know what? That's news you can use. We'll be back in just a minute. Oh, wait. Let's do this instead. We're still here, and we'll be back.
That's right,
If you're looking for a vehicle, you know where to go. Fitz Auto is the place to go. Now, you can go online at fitzauto.com, or you can go in person, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. What makes them different? What makes them special? Well, they work with you regardless of your credit history because they're their own bank. They don't have to ask anybody else. It's up to them who they work with. And they have late model, low mileage vehicles. They're going to save you money. They're going to put you in something you can be proud of. And it doesn't matter, sports car, truck, SUV, boat, RV, camper, amphibious units. They've got motorcycles, anything you could possibly want on wheels and an engine. They've got it there for you. Check them out, fitzauto.com. Start there, in there. It's where you're going to go because it's the best deal. At Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, they're a veteran-owned company, and they tailor CBD recipes specifically to you. Inflammation, if you need, anxiety relief, if you're trying to focus more, if you're trying to lose weight, they have a formula for you. And you know what? They'll tweak it a little bit here and there if you need to make it perfect for you. It's sublingual. You put it under your tongue, just a drop, and it's instantly effective and 80% absorbed by your body. The other CBD that you get, the gummies, the things like that, 20% absorption, not nearly what you want. And this is pharmaceutical grade. Go over to bantx.com. It's bantx.com and put in the promo code PATP25 to get 25% off. They don't just have CBD. They've got all kinds of products. They've got a lot of different hemp products. They even have CBD for your pets. Check them out. It's bantx.com, baby.
Getting ready for the party. My fit's at the top of my game. Silk shirt under Armani, just throwing out a name. Sipping on that Bacardi, we calling that the pregame. Gonna be swarming with Barbies, trying to get me out my A-frame. This that type of soiree, everybody wants the invite. We heading down Broadway, yeah, we kicking till daylight. We serving up beats gourmet, this that legendary funk. Party about to get so crazy, the sun gonna come up drunk. Maybe about an hour later, we sliding in the Esco. Fully decked for the haters, keys to the valet, you know. They handing out party favors. It's summer but they still got snow. This that type of soiree, everybody wants the invite. We heading down Broadway, yeah, we kicking till daylight. We serving up beats gourmet, this that legendary funk. Party about to get so crazy, the sun gonna come up drunk. Back it up, okay. Line of people waiting outside. Can't get past the doorman, brushed off just like fluoride. Because I brought my funk band, house hopping with movie stars. But it's us everybody wanna meet, they're more famous, yeah, by far. But we're serving up these funky beats, serving up funky, serving up funky, serving up funky, serving up beats so fat they need Ozempic. This that type of soiree, everybody wants the invite. We heading down Broadway, yeah, we kicking till daylight. We serving up beats gourmet, this that legendary funk. Party about to get so crazy, the sun gonna come up drunk. We kicking till daylight, and it's still night. you're listening, cuz. Oh, I got a story for you. Oh God, this is how it was. I'm telling you it's all true. It's not a story that I wanted to tell. And I'm so sorry if I might seem unwell. The most beautiful devil, ooh, she looted my soul. Thought she was on level, now certain she's from below. Lord, can you tell me how to get back what's taken? Much sweat on my brow from all the brain raking. Got hoodwinked somehow with all that love making. My life on a plow and I never had this much aching. If God is too busy to hear, got bigger fish to fry, is there an angel near? Maybe she can hear me cry. If not God nor angel either, maybe there's a holy being who won't appease her and can stop the bleeding. Lord, can you tell me how to get back what's taken? Much sweat on my brow from all the brain raking. Got hoodwinked somehow with all that love making. My life on a plow and I never had this much aching. I'm telling you it's all true. I'm telling you it's all true. God, I hope you're not too busy to tell me what to do.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm reading.
Tasha said that ain't her jam right there. She's not a blues girl.
Well, she's researching, and I found out some info on that break too. But everybody's been sending messages. She's been researching into this whole ranking thing that everybody's discovered on YouTube.
Yeah, this is all new to us too.
So she says apparently it's an experimental thing that YouTube is doing with certain creators.
Oh, wow,
So maybe
okay.
we need to check out
So
our
it's new for us.
Yeah.
We're being baited.
We're being baited, and
Oh, well,
so
that's
that's why I'm
cool.
like, maybe we need to check out our YouTube notifications or something, man. There might be something in there, but
Yeah, we
apparently you get points,
It'll be in
and
your creator newsletter.
right, and everybody right now is tied for first at 75 points. Apparently, it resets every episode. So,
Oh, okay.
like tomorrow, you can come in and battle it out again.
Okay, well, that's kind of an interesting way
Right.
to approach it. So
And
what do they win?
Right now, well, I guess
Cash and prizes?
whatever. I mean, I guess we could come up with something to give away.
We could. We could start working on something for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
Yeah, I'm
think
sure.
about that. I bet we could start working on something for that.
But yeah, apparently they get points for commenting, and then you get points for sending stickers and super chats. I don't know what that is
Okay.
yet.
Super
but-
chat is when someone sends you cash.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right, well, how about
I've
that?
made $60 singing drunken karaoke before. It's great.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, this
That's
is a
what I
great
said.
time to
Yeah.
say we are at 580 subscribers. So
That's
everybody,
awesome.
please like and smash
Yes,
that
keep
subscribe
going.
button
Trying
and
to get
keep
to
sharing it.
that that 1,000 now.
Yeah.
That's the next level. So, hey, if you're a reader and you just like fun stuff, go over to Amazon and you can just search for my name, Patrick Beam, and you can find Woken Up. It's a hilarious look at what it takes to stop sleepwalking and get ahead in a world. You know, you got to get in the woke hole. You got to get woke, baby. You need to know what to do. This is your guidebook to that. I'm going to help you out because you guys are all old out there and you don't know what the hell you're doing in this woke world.
How many books is that now?
Now, I don't know, 3, 4.
I don't know. 3.
Something like that. Let's move along, shall we, here? This is kind of interesting. Not saying we're poor, but what we are saying is life's expensive, and any way you can save money is pretty good. Reddit is here to help because that's where all good things happen. And they're spilling the poor people life hack they swear by.
Let me pay attention. Let me get some notes.
Yeah, you ready
I'm
to
going to bring
take
up
some notes?
Microsoft Word here.
So here's one. When the shampoo and conditioner bottles stop pumping, I cut those things up open. There's still enough for another 3 to 4 uses.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah. And when you get down to the lowest, you take some water,
Right.
shake it up, and just pour it right on your head for the last
And once
one, right?
once the soap runs out, you've got another good week of just putting it upside down, and then you can,
get your
pop
little
off
something
the
in there.
cap
Yeah.
and fill it up.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. Using the oven heat after baking to warm up the kitchen in the winter. Could be expensive. I guess if it's an electric oven, that'd be fine. You're just letting the heat out. I guess it'd be fine if it's gas, too, as long as
Take
it's
the
off.
dryer vent off.
That'll heat it up.
Heat your house up.
Yeah, start a fire, too. Having a hot dog and sandwich bread.
Oh, yeah.
Only in desperation. It's just not the same.
Cut the hot dog down the middle and have 2 hot dogs flat.
Oh, a hot dog sandwich.
Like a grilled cheese hot dog.
Yeah, that's interesting. I have heard of that before. I hadn't done it, but I've heard of it.
There is some cultural differences I'm starting to notice between you and I, sir.
Yeah, could be because he was brought up in Michigan.
Yes, we don't put cheese on we don't
Hot dogs?
make grilled cheese hot dogs. That's no.
No?
You wouldn't do that?
No.
No, it probably wouldn't make sense to me either,
No.
to be honest
That's
with
why
you.
I wrote a song
Sounds
called
delicious.
Best Ham Sandwich.
Yeah, that does have cheese on it, right?
It's about a grilled
Yeah.
cheese ham sandwich.
Keep the wrapper from sticks of butter in the freezer, and when you need to oil a pan to be non-stick, just use the old wrapper, wipe it around the surface of the pan. Or you could just put some butter in it.
That's a good hack. I'm
That's
going to have to remember
That's
that.
a little beyond a hack there. A pinch of baking soda in room temperature water works better than antacids. That's interesting. I never heard that, actually.
that's true.
This person said, I'm at a point in my life where furniture costs so much and is made so poorly, I'll do without buying something I want and can afford just because I know sooner or later I'll find an older one made out of actual wood instead of sawdust and glue on the side of the road or Facebook Marketplace. Compare online and in real life prices. By the name of everything good, you can get the price down by 50%. I don't know. A lot of times you can order things online and get them cheaper,
Right.
depending on what it is. Do you shop as much online as you do in person anymore?
I don't shop in person hardly at all.
Really?
If I do, I'll go to DG just because my son works there.
Okay.
And, I'll buy their $1.50 cheeseburgers or something like that. Their pork sandwiches, it's $1.50. And
Yeah.
pretty damn good, actually.
No, they have a McRib there. It's like $1.50. It's the same
Yes,
thing.
yes.
I mean, it really is. You get it, you can't really tell any difference. So.
The one my son, it's like a market or whatever, a DG market place, and they have the best pork I've seen, like 1.5 inch thick, awesome big pork chops, bone out, no fat. Their meat section is crazy
That's wild.
for a Dollar General. I mean,
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Let's see, what else do we have here? Other tips. It says, this is old, but I couldn't afford stamps to pay bills. I would write the addressee's address in the, in the return address. Same return address as the mailing address. That way it ends up in the same place.
That's a good little
story.
trick.
Yeah.
I worked for a mailing place, a mail house. We did direct mail for a long time, and someone used one of our BRCs, the business reply card that you tear off and fill out and send in.
Yeah.
And it's got the postage included on it. It comes out of our account.
That's funny.
Someone taped that to a big gear.
Wow.
It cost $50 to send it back to us, but they just threw it in the mailbox, and of course, the
And
post
boom,
office
it
is
showed
gonna do
up.
it. Yeah,
That's wild, man. That's wild. Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. The man who owned the account was not amused.
No,
I thought it was hilarious, though.
it is kind of
He
funny.
was a little angry because I laughed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it probably costs a lot of money.
Yeah, but he has no sense of humor. That is creative.
No, it is very creative. That's a good scam right there.
Like, what in the hell?
Yeah, no, that's a good one. It's hard to pull the good scams anymore like that.
Yeah, it's when you put one over on somebody for sending you junk mail all the time. That's what it was.
I used to, when I would get mad at people back in the day, that was one of my favorite things to do, is sign them up for things to get in the mail. Sign them up
magazines,
for, and just anything you could sign them up for, life insurance stuff. I mean, anything, man, because they'll just get inundated with it. Yes. But now nobody cares. They just, all you do now is walk to the mailbox, grab it, and just move it to the trash can. I mean, I don't really get anything in the mail I need.
My ex-wife worked for a collection agency, and she would call collection agency and just go, "Hey, this is this person's phone number," just in case.
Oh, so they would keep getting calls?
Yes.
That's pretty great. That's also a pretty great one. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No, that's. Has everybody else been getting calls about? Well, no, I don't know. Google listings for your business, if you haven't.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody's getting them.
Man.
At work, too.
Man, I asked the guy, I was like, man, listen, I'm not trying to be an ass, man, but you're like the 80th call this week, bro. So can I just get on the do not call list? He laughed and hung up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He literally laughed and hung up. And I just sat there and went, well, there you go. I mean, that's the new day, baby.
There was at one point, and I don't know if you want to call it a hack, whatever. But there was one point that I was getting like literally 47 spam calls within an hour one day of Google and just everybody, dude. I don't know what in the world happened.
I don't know either.
Somehow it got out there. And what I finally did was just add a little thing onto my voicemail that was like, look, I'm screening all my calls now. And immediately they stopped. Like after a couple days, it dropped down to none. So I don't know. Anyway.
You did what?
I added to I wouldn't answer any calls from any numbers that I didn't recognize. Mm-hmm. And then I added on my voicemail, like, look, due to an increase of spam calls, like I'm screening all my calls. If you're somebody trying to get in touch with me, leave me a message. I'll call you back. If not, F off. And
okay, and that worked out.
Yeah, after a couple of days, man.
Interesting. Tasha said, I have a friend who won't buy a couch because how cheap furniture is. I have to agree. I bought a new couch last June, already getting broken in a spot a year later. Yeah. You know what? I bought Laura and I, and we shopped around quite a bit, bought a sectional and spent way more on it than a normal sectional to get a nice one.
It is nice.
And yeah, 3-4 years later, it's already wearing out. I mean, it's already got problems. And I'm like, damn, man. I think it's 3 or 4. Yeah, something like that. And it is disappointing. I mean, that shit's cheap, man. You spend $2,000, $2,300, whatever. You expect it to last a little while,
I can remember a section. I'm just thinking, I know of one that I had that lasted 15 years.
Yeah, they used to make frames out of actual wood instead of what I call glit, which is glue and shit.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of them are made with now, pressed wood and glit. And they're heavy. They feel really heavy and meaty, and then you realize it's just like paper mache, just a lot of it.
And staples.
Yeah, a lot of staples. They don't like to use screws and nails the way they used to.
Outside of beds, I've lost count of how many houses I've furnished for free off Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Couches.
Yeah. It's just a little hard to have a style and design based on those things, but yeah, I guess you can just, hope.
I mean, you'd be surprised, but everything that I have matches, man.
Does
For
it?
the most part, yeah.
They just all threw away matching things in the neighborhood?
If you look and hold out a little bit, you can find matching colors or styles.
Are they all the wagon wheel ones?
No.
Okay,
no,
just checking to make sure.
No.
A bunch of lion heads.
No.
It's got a lion head.
No, honestly, I have a matching couch and love seat. It's that kind of micro suede material or whatever. They're reclining, and I got a couple of automatic reclining leather chairs.
Oh, look at you, man! You are big time. Awesome. And you got it free?
Yeah.
You push a button, it helps you stand up.
Well, you just went on Marketplace and wait till people post free stuff, and you're like, "Yep, I'll go get it."
Or usually either that or they'll post it for super cheap, so it's practically free.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
a lot of times they post it and they're moving, they just want it out, they want the space or whatever.
Yeah.
So look, I'll bring the truck, I'll come load it up myself, but hey, either just let me have it or here, can I throw you like $20 for it?
I used to sell things on Marketplace, and what's up, Jay? And I quit doing it because I'd put something on, and you'd get 8 people go, you still got this? I sure do.
Right. And then nothing, yeah.
Yeah, just crickets after that. Nothing, not jack shit. Like, what do you mean? Do I still? Yeah, I still got it. Do you want it?
I made $300 on Marketplace this weekend.
Did you?
Yeah.
What were you slinging? Crack?
I sold an apothecary cabinet that was my grandmother's.
Oh, that's cool.
It was just going to do nothing at my house and sit there, so somebody got it who's going to restore it. And
That's cool. That's probably a cool project.
I made 10 or so, 15 years ago, I made a mini bike on YouTube.
Oh yeah, you flipped
mini bike
the death trap. Yeah.
Yes, I turned around and sold it for more money than it cost me to make it.
And you made a lot of money from YouTube doing
Made
it.
$1,000 basically on YouTube from the views.
Yeah, you basically made money to make it. I mean,
and the guy that come and got it, he's definitely going to, because that's what he does. He restores stuff like
Yeah.
that. And he's going to use that as a pit bike around his shop.
he's definitely going to die.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
an awesome thing.
Do you still have the mini bike?
Huh?
Do you still have the mini bike?
No, I sold it to him
Oh, that's what you're talking
for
about.
50. Cost me about $30.
Brandon said, "Hey, ladies, Rich has a love seat." Hey, ladies.
Hey, lady.
Rich has a love seat. All right, tell me if something seems unusual about this story, guys. So, a person on the beach in Florida happened upon an unusual discovery while just enjoying a day at the beach. 25 mysterious black packages, each with an image of a famous cartoon character, Yosemite Sam. They washed ashore on the Florida Panhandle Beach Sunday, according to the Walton County Sheriff's Office, right? The bricks contained $500,000 worth of cocaine. While enjoying our beautiful beaches, if you come across any square groupers, please call us immediately. Do not touch the suspicious package, the Sheriff's Office said. The contents could be extremely harmful. We're here if you need us. They confiscated the drugs, logged them into evidence. Not clear where it came from. So what's odd to you about this story?
It's a grouper is a fish, right?
Well, yeah,
did I hear that right?
Yes, but I think they were being silly with that. Square groupers. There's no square grouper,
Well,
but
what's wrong? If it's drugs, why would you turn them in?
ding, 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 ding. Why did you not? You've got, how much did they say? 500,000 worth of cocaine? It better have been $1 million before you called.
I'm going to learn how to make
mean,
rocks. I mean,
I don't even understand, man. I mean, I don't even want to do it. I just want to flip it and get my money and move along.
cocaine, little baking soda, heat it up.
No. That's too much work. I'm just going to take whatever it is. We're going to move it
Well,
as it is.
half of it you got while
No,
you're doing that.
I can't do that. I'm too old for all that business. But I'm not going to, it's like if you found a briefcase full of money wash up on the beach, are you going to keep it or are you going to call the cops?
I'm gonna call the cops, man.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You damn well not. You broke
The empty
dick.
briefcase that I found floating
Right.
upside down in the water, I'll turn that into the cops any day.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
No, neither of you would. You'll take that and you'll walk your ass to the house, right to the car and right to the house and count it and then go, well, how far am I moving?
I mean,
Too many times there's some Russian guy going beep, beep.
Yeah, there's
beep,
no Russian
following that
guys.
coming up to my house.
see though, I look at it in this way, and the way usually my luck and irony goes, like I would be in non-street smarts. I would be the dude that like got the cocaine and went and tried to flip it, and the first person would be like some undercover agent. Yeah, and they come out with, "Give me the 500." See, shit, this is what
Yeah.
I get.
Yeah.
Now I got to come
Now
up
I
with
gotta-
bail.
Oh no! Now I got to split it with him. See, that's the difference. That's the street
You
smarts.
see again, you got to know what's the price to play. What's the price to pay? You got to play to pay, right? Pay to play. No, I just can't imagine calling the cops. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just one of those weird cats that I'm like, I see this as a lottery move right here.
It's
see
an
that-
up north thing. It really is an up north thing.
Maybe so. I mean, I don't know. Andy, what about you? You seem like a really honest person. If you find a briefcase full of money on the beach, Andy, are you going to keep it or not? That's what I want to know. As a matter of fact, just everybody, would you keep it if you walk up? Let's say you find a briefcase that's got $100,000
Of
in
course, you're keeping it.
it. Well, that's what you say. That's what you're going to
kept
do.
it if I know it's got 100,000 in it, because it takes time to count that.
Look,
Oh, it does.
look.
So already,
How many times?
Already, I've
See, Brandon's already saying I'd sell it in bulk to someone that can move it. That's correct.
Oh, see, there you go.
That's
See,
correct.
again.
Sell it in bulk if you make
Arkansas.
one sale.
Thank you for proving my point.
that
one
is
cell.
Saline County.
Tactical Turkey said, I'll convert it into firearms.
Yeah.
There you go. That's right. You're going to immediately use the funds.
Laundered.
And it's laundered into firearms, and nobody can see what I'm saying. Brandon says, yeah, I'm keeping it. And he's in a wheelchair. You know, it's going to take him a while to get away. And he's still like, nope, I'm rolling my ass down the beach. This is mine now. You're going to have to
a
get
souped
me.
up wheelchair
Yeah,
after that.
yeah. You might want to have to kick it in. Put it in reverse, Terry. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. This is I don't know, man. Sometimes
She
these
said
studies.
she's going to keep it depending on the circumstances.
Yeah, of course.
you're
If there aren't 500 people looking at me, I'm definitely keeping
I
it.
don't care if there's 500 people. Look at finders keepers.
Well, I have to scan those 500, see if any of them look like the cartel.
Oh, well, that's.
I want to live.
See, again,
I'm not
this
going
is
to be
why I'm
stupid,
gonna-
but I'm gonna keep it. Yeah. We spend a lot of time on phones. How much of it productive? According to a new survey, people spend an average of just over an hour and a half, 96 minutes a day, doom scrolling.
Okay.
That adds up to 2 days over the course of a month. So it reveals that the thrill of scrolling can be more appealing than sex with a partner for some people. It says 1 in 10 have turned down sex with their partner so they could keep scrolling. Do you believe this, Rich? 1 in 10.
No.
I turned it all down now, so.
Yeah, so you can keep scrolling?
That you would keep scrolling? No.
No, I don't.
No, I think I'm just turned into a recluse, an asexual schoolmarm,
Yeah?
so to speak. Yes.
I mean, given that, again,
I'm too old.
I'm not, necessarily.
You'll be old
now,
this old.
Well, soon enough you'll have a love bot.
Right.
Exactly.
You'll be able to,
Well, I already do, but I got
Well,
to hold on to it.
I mean,
But
Right. I'm saying you have a physical,
I'll just
an
be-
Android for loving.
yeah, but then you can just get the upgrade where you can doom scroll while loving.
You could actually make the face an iPhone. You can
right.
scroll while you're.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that.
You're like, oh, this is a great
your
TikTok.
tablet, right? Plugs right
Well, that's what
onto
it'd
the
be. It'd be
front
a
of the head.
tablet, and it could become a face.
Yeah, you can put up whatever face you
Yeah,
want.
it'd
Yeah.
be Foghorn Leghorn if that's what you're into.
Phone sex would be so much better with a tablet on a doll. Oh my God! I just invented something.
You just took your tablet up to a vacuum
I need
cleaner.
to call Matt Wildside. I call Matt Wildside and get the financial backing.
Yeah, no, I bet he'll. Yeah, stand on that one with him. He'll do it.
We will.
No,
have
he'll
the
definitely
Ferrari
invest in
of
that.
Sex toys.
Yes,
What are you
I'm
looking
certain.
at me for? Why? What is
Brandon,
going on?
Brandon said it's likely someone's tax return. Yeah, no, definitely someone's tax return. Beyond preferring to mess around on their phone more than with their significant other, it says doom scrolling affects productivity and creativity. Well, no shit. You're not doing anything. It's like watching TV. 28% felt tired or drained after doom scrolling. 22% were anxious or overwhelmed. Nearly half admit they lose track of time when scrolling. Do you lose track of time when you're scrolling on your phone?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But again, most of the time it's because I'm bored.
yeah.
Like I'm sitting, again, work from home. So if there's
Right.
a lull in between calls, I still have to sit there. So I'll be
Yeah.
on my phone, just scrolling through, and then I'll be like, oh dang, I've been waiting for a call for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? You spend a lot of time scrolling?
I think that's the point.
Right.
Well, no. I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, how many hours a day do you think you spend on your phone? Using it for entertainment, not for calls or text.
I have to rewind television shows I'm watching
Let's see.
because I've lost track of the show. I'm looking at my phone. So
We can find this
Yeah.
out right now.
No, this is Laura. This is her life right here.
So
Is what just happened?
poor Laura.
Hey, please put your phone down, babe. Just watch the show. I'm playing mahjong. I know. Do we want to watch it or not? Then she'll get mad if I pause it. Why are you pausing it? Come on, don't be an asshole.
Yeah, I was watching that.
Hey, I'm going to change this over to something else. No, What? I'm watching it. No, you're not. Your head hadn't moved up in 5 minutes. I've got it on video.
So
You're looking at the mahjong, huh?
I spend a total of 1 hour and 16 minutes on my phone every day.
Really?
You can tell. You can actually go to your phone and find out
Right,
how much
right,
screen
right,
time
right.
you have. Yeah.
Well, that's on an Android, but let's
Yeah, I
look
can
here
do it
and
for
see
an
if I
iPhone.
can do
You
it
need me
here.
to look for an iPhone?
No.
You have an Android?
I have an iPhone.
Let's see how
An
many.
iPhone?
Let's see what mine is.
I'm
What,
heterosexual.
where would it be at?
It's in your says. So to view your iPhone screen
In
time,
general?
go to Settings, Screen Time, and then see all app and website activity to see a detailed.
Oh, here it
report.
is. Yeah. Let's see. My daily average is 8 hours and 12 minutes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You don't look at nothing else except your phone, huh?
Well,
You're not even looking at. Look, you're doing it now on the show, man. No.
no, I do a lot of business on my phone.
Right.
So, I mean, a lot of people like a tablet. I don't love them as much. I like the phone. But I'm on Zillow all day, or I'm texting all day, or I'm calling all day, or I'm researching things,
I had
properties.
that turned off, so there is no record.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so that's not average. That's just for today.
Brad said he scrolls a ton. He's got a boring job. Andy said I use mine for 3 hours less a day if this bullshit show wasn't a thing. That is the correct answer, sir. And for that, no, you're absolutely right. That's a pretty great answer. So let's just.
Mayday, we are trapped in the swells, too many waves, waves. Enough voices to fill an ocean, but I hear you calling my name in a blender of nothing but emotion, but I feel you the same. In the hours and days before, you traveled on quiet seas. The crashing waves are hard to ignore, but just keep holding me. You find yourself drowning in the middle of the moment. No matter your surroundings, don't let yourself get bent. I know all that came before. Every one of them let you down. I'll be the hero you're looking for. No matter how high the waves pound. If you find yourself somehow across the continent, and sand your feet can no longer plow, as heavy as cement. If your throat passed bone dry 7 sandy miles ago, just trust in me and I will make sure the water flows. You find yourself drowning in the middle of the moment. No matter your surroundings, don't let yourself get bent. I know all that came before. Every one of them let you down. I'll be the hero you're looking for. No matter how high the waves pound. Able and willing, when I reach up, going past the ceiling, I see all the double dealing, but all the facade always peeling. This day there would be no kneeling. We'll hit 'em so hard they'll damn sure be reeling. The enemy's tomb, yeah, that's what we're sealing. On any calendar, any day, any month, any year, whatever heel comes your way, I'm 2 feet down and never met fear. No one and nothing stands in our way. You find yourself drowning in the middle of the moment. No matter your surroundings, don't let yourself get bent. I know all that came before.
All right, we are back. And I tell you what, I just asked Brandon to share this on our social media. I don't know how many of you remember Akeem Kemp. He came on our show. He's a blues guitar playing fool, and he also sings, of course. He's a blues artist, and he just put out an EP. And I asked Brandon to share it on our page. It's phenomenal. There's some amazing songs on it. It's a 5-track EP. And, man, he did a hell of a job. So, Wendy said she's almost in Dallas, headed to Amarillo.
Whoa, be safe.
Jay said, sorry, that's the daily use averaged over a week. What was it?
9 hours.
34 minutes? Oh, 9 hours, 34 minutes. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That adds up about right. Yeah. Yeah, as we left, these two confessed that they're both like 10 and 11 hours a day.
Yeah, I was re-looking through.
Yeah. No,
because I was like, I feel like I use it a lot more.
Most
than
of that
just
is
an
it
hour.
just sitting there like that with the earbuds in.
Yeah.
That works, though. I mean, it's still being used. I mean, one way or the other. But, yeah, everybody uses it a lot. This was something I saw yesterday, and, I don't get into a lot of this stuff, but I do think that when it comes to your health, you ought to know these things. And not every day that, the Human Health and Human Services Secretary sits down does a 90-minute interview. And he sat down with, you may know him, Tucker Carlson. And I'm not talking about, I don't care left or right here, huh?
Who?
Yeah, his name's Tucker Carlson. Look him up, Google him. So Robert F. Kennedy sat down with him and revealed that the CDC had buried a 1999 study led by researcher Thomas Verstappen, which showed an 1,135% increase in autism risk from the Hep B vaccine.
Wow.
Stop and think about that. An 1,135% increase in autism from the Hep B vaccine. Okay? So maybe you've noticed that there's been a big spike in autism.
Right.
And they made Jenny McCarthy out to be insane. They said, hey, she's batshit crazy. She's walking around talking about vaccines giving people autism. She's an idiot.
Guess what?
They did the same thing to him, though.
Yeah. So he said the researchers were shocked by the footage, so they covered it up. The way they did it is they got rid of the older kids in the sample because when you're too young, you can't even be diagnosed with autism.
Right.
You have to be a certain age to even get the diagnosis. So if you remove the older kids who are being diagnosed, then you don't have any autism diagnosis, right? So not only that, he explained the real reason your pediatrician will kick you out of the practice if you don't want the vaccines. There's a published article out there now, he said, that says 50% of revenues from most pediatricians come from vaccines, and that they maintain a certain vaccine rate of 95% or better, and they get a bonus. So if you don't want it, you're affecting their bonus.
Wow.
Think about that for a minute.
That's why I'm always wary when I said go into a doctor's office and he's writing stuff on little pads, especially the prescription pad, and it's got somebody's logo on it. He's sponsored by them people. He's getting money for that.
So they asked, yeah, no, that's right. He said none of the vaccines given to children in the first 6 months of life have ever been studied for a link to autism. Ever. None, ever. He went on further to reveal the CDC did find a link when they studied the DTaP vaccine. That's diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis, I believe. But they dismissed it. He said it didn't count because the data came from the VAERS system. Now, the VAERS system is the voluntary system created by the CDC for doctors to report these issues. So their own system, they said it wasn't reliable enough to count. So when the evidence pointed to harm, they just claimed their own system wasn't reliable enough. And then the vaccine corruption didn't end there. He said the CDC killed off another vaccine injury reporting system that worked too well. It showed 1 in 37 vaccines caused an injury. 1 in 37 caused an injury. Think about that for a minute. That's pretty wild. It said VAERS was failing to catch over 99% of vaccine injuries. So,
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't want to see them.
Right. No, that's exactly right. But he said Pfizer, talking about the jab, the COVID shot, right? Said Pfizer gave 21,720 people the vaccine, 21,728 the placebo. One vaccinated person died of COVID. 2 placebo recipients died. So they used that to call the vaccine 100% effective.
Wow.
Okay, but in absolute terms, it took 22,000 vaccinations to save one life. Over 6 months, 21 vaccinated participants died of all causes compared to 17 in the placebo group. So in other words, a 24% higher rate of death after getting the COVID shot than without it.
Well, also there was a lot of padding of the numbers.
Of course.
Like if you died of a motorcycle wreck and you
Yeah.
had COVID, you died of COVID.
That is
Right,
correct. That is
yeah.
correct. Because the hospitals were being compensated
Yeah.
for those. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, this was some of the stuff. You can go watch the interview yourself. It's about a 90-minute interview, and he goes into a lot more detail about all these different things. But it's just, one of those things where you try to have faith as a human being that the people who are supposed to take care of you do, and then you find out that really follow the money.
Right.
It's about the money.
But the other part of me wonders why they're allowing him to come out and talk about it.
Well, I don't think
He's
they
in
have
charge.
much option right now. I mean, he's in
the
charge.
one in charge.
Of it.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
come on,
Well,
If you go back to his
come on. There's always
hard
an
to kill
option.
everybody.
I mean,
his congressional hearing for his nomination, all of the Democrats told him or asked him, "Are you going to come out against vaccines whenever you're the leader? I want a pledge from you now that you won't come out against vaccines."
right.
And like he kind of actually lied to him a little bit.
I'm just saying.
well, he's not saying he's against him. He's just giving you facts here
Yes.
that we have unresearched things that need to be researched, and that's the point. Is we will trade in people for money. Without a doubt, it doesn't matter because guess what? If you get autism, guess what? Oh, you have a condition for the rest of your life that somebody makes money on.
In this
Right.
case, we just needed to re-examine the results of the study we already had
That's correct.
because they just ignored this.
That's right. They
result.
buried it. They hid it. They did worse than ignore it. They buried it. They hid it on purpose. And that doesn't mean. Look, there are obviously vaccines that are good. And probably we should have. I mean, polio used to kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
And my grandfather had polio. People that either lost legs, died, whatever from polio.
Right.
But so maybe that vaccine is still effective. But again, that's just what I've been told. I don't know. Shit, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can start getting some of these facts like this and become more educated. And I think we're finding more and more that pharmaceuticals, the farther we can get from pharmaceuticals, in most
Better.
cases, the better we are.
Right.
And you're going to find out over time that a lot of these pharmaceuticals are completely unnecessary. Not only unnecessary, they do more harm than good.
Right.
That's
More
what we're
than
going to
that,
find
though.
out.
Like what he's doing with dyes in food.
Yeah.
Like there's a video I saw of Fruit Loops, Canadian Fruit Loops versus American
Oh,
Fruit
yeah.
Loops.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
only was there twice as much in this bag, but these even looked like they tasted better. But to a kid, this bright color of red in this one
Right.
is gonna. Oh, I want to
Sure.
eat that,
Right.
even when
And-
they're hungry still.
well,
They're not hungry still.
And not to say that I think Europe's better, but in this aspect, that they've banned that for a long time in their foods over there. There's a lot of things in Europe that are banned from foods that are okay here.
It's everywhere in the world.
Yeah,
It's banned. and it's,
in most cases, you're right. In any of the big modernized nations, it is banned, but not here because money, right?
Yep.
uh,
We had some kind of slough that is a byproduct of making something else in the petroleum industry, and they wanted to figure out a way of selling it.
I'll tell you this: if Tylenol were to be, if someone tried to put Tylenol out today as an over-the-counter painkiller, it wouldn't clear the mustard. There've been too many issues, too many injuries, too many problems from it.
I know 2 people who have died from Tylenol.
You have to be careful with that stuff, man. All these things you're learning more and more. So it just, when I saw that, I was like, man, that's crazy, because I know how many, I can't imagine being Jenny McCarthy all those years going through that beat down that she took,
Right.
for trying to speak up and share what she thought was truth and clearly had some truth to it at least.
And really, all it took was 10 minutes of research.
Yeah. Well, it took the right people being willing to release information that wasn't previously going to be released. I mean, they've got it, they're just not giving it to you.
Yeah.
You know, because it was worth less. Look, there was one, RFK was telling this one story about this vaccine for, oh my God, what was it? The rotavirus vaccine, okay? So they had this rotavirus vaccine, and one of these guys in Congress, Senate, Congress, whichever it was, he has a company that is developing a vaccine to compete with the current one, all right? So they vote, the Senate votes, the Congress voted to require the rotavirus vaccine, which he voted for. Then they determined the vaccine they were using wasn't good enough, so guess what the replacement was? It was his. And when he sold it, he made $160 million. So basically, he voted himself rich.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? I mean, it's just like, you know, all the talk about, you know, how so many of these, like, they use Nancy Pelosi a lot as an example of, you know, how did you make this much money? And a lot of people will follow the investments they make. And guess what happens when you make the same investments they do? Oh, you seem to do well.
Right.
Better than the average.
So, it's like if the director of the National Institute of Health was trying to develop a vaccine for some kind of strange virus, say over in China, because you can't do it in the United States.
Right.
And that virus got out. And, well, you just happen to have a vaccine already just for that virus.
What if, let me ask you this, what if 2 years before that all the nations that get together to practice in the event of some type of pandemic, right? Because it's always a fear because of the Black Plague and things, right? Mm-hmm. What if 2 years before that, all those countries had gotten together and done a simulation, and it was based on that same virus that ended up getting out?
Isn't that strange?
Would that blow your mind? Because that did happen.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, what was that? I was trying
They
to
even
Google,
studied
what
on
was
how
that
to turn
cause?
Walmarts into prisons for an entire town.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Walmart
about
has
that.
to be made
Now
certain
we're-
size.
Now we're too far now. Now we're near flat Earth level, so don't go there. Don't take away the work we've done here. Don't do that. It says, look up when polio vaccine came out and look up when DDT was banned. Interesting, Jay. Interesting. Brandon said they already do it overseas, so they just have to implement it here. Yeah, no, it's easy to. It says that's why it's easy to transition. No dyes isn't a new formula, right? No, it's
the
just
same
different color.
factory makes this crap and this crap. It's
Right.
but for two different places.
No, I mean, but now look, we are hypocritical in that we'll sit and guzzle Mountain Dew, which is pure poison.
Nothing wrong
right? No, nothing at all wrong. Go ahead and get you a healthy sip, boys.
I'm so inflamed I can't reach
No,
down and grab
that's
it.
what I mean. I mean, we poison ourselves nonstop. So I watched a comedian last night. I don't remember who it was, but he was talking about how mad that people get because fast food is being thrown away and not given to the homeless. You understand? And he said, so you're mad that they're throwing the poison away?
Right.
He said, because that's what you're doing. You're giving them poison, right? Are you helping them, really, if you're giving them poison? And I was like, in an odd sense that makes sense. In a weird way that actually makes sense. Like, yeah, you're not really helping them. I mean, yeah, it's some sustenance. They won't die.
Right,
But
but-
slowly they will, though.
A lot of homeless places get the stuff from the grocery stores, vegetables and stuff.
They
They eat healthier than most people.
Yeah.
I hope so. God, because somebody needs to around here, because it ain't me.
They used to serve
Donut?
like beans. Beans was the meal, and they would give the men the bean, and then the juice and the soup off the beans was what they gave the women and children.
Really?
And that's where all of the vitamins are at.
Oh, in the juice.
Yeah, the bean is just protein.
That's why women are much smarter than we are.
I don't know of any of those.
Yeah, all of them are smarter than
Maybe
you.
Amanda's smarter than me. Your wife is definitely smarter.
Definitely smarter than you. Yeah, no, there's definitely that's a fact.
None of my wives were ever smarter than me, though.
Now, this isn't staying on that same healthcare thing. No, I'm sure they weren't, Mike.
You're a good friend, Pat.
Anytime you go to the hospital, you can expect to get a big bill, even for something basic. But a new mom is, quote, shocking people on social media. Why someone's shocked, I don't know. I guess you're young and you never heard it before. By revealing how much it costs to have a kid. 3 weeks ago, Kayla Kasuga's TikTok video racked up over 18 million views, inspired others to share how little they paid to have a baby in other countries. Now, I do have a caveat here, so hold on. So this is how much it costs to give birth in America, $44,318. A private one-bedroom was $10,000. Lab $859, pharmacy $89, anesthesia $1,800, labor and delivery room $10,000, and then she got a hospital bill for over $12,000. Her insurance covered $20,000, but she has to pay the rest. So that, of course, it says the insanely high cost had people outraged. So no wonder the birth rate's declining. Well, yeah, not only, here's a surprise, you know how much it costs to raise a kid? Forget how.
Right.
That's the cheapest part of life you got right there.
That's
that
just the initial investment.
But shit, man, start pricing, feeding them, schooling them, clothing them, all the sports activities, driving them here, there, everywhere. Yeah, it's like $500,000 to graduate a kid from school.
Yeah.
It's an outrageous number. So yeah.
40,000, that was just
it.
your down payment.
Yeah, no, that's right.
With mine, it was all the fines and the bailing them out of jail. And,
Well, it could be that too. That's post adulthood, but yeah,
no, that was still while he was in school.
Okay, well then, yeah, you did incur some. Now, this person said, I was living in Sweden, or I love living in Sweden sometimes. It was all free. I used 3 different kinds of painkillers, epidural gas and sarin gel, had some complications and had to stay in the hospital for 4 nights. And that's true. In Sweden, that's true.
They say it's free, but who paid?
Well,
Someone paid for it.
Well, much like in Canada. You know, I'm helping a Canadian couple buy a home here now, and we sat and talked the other day, and 53% is the tax rate for your income, and that's what pays for your health care. And then it's another 14% sales tax on top of that, 13%, I'm sorry. So 13% sales tax, 53% tax. Now in Australia, it's 70%. So the free is never free.
Right.
This person said my birth in Canada was $10.25, and that's because I paid the staff rate parking. Yeah, but you prepaid for that at 53% tax rate.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. 53%. Yeah, and that's how you'll get free health care here if it ever happens. Don't think that you're going to keep the money you're making and get free health care on top of it. Oh, no, that's never happening.
No.
I don't give a damn who runs this place, man. You can go get Fidel Castro. Look, matter of fact, the Cubans over there, they have absolutely free health care. They don't pay a penny for health care.
They don't get anything.
Well, I mean, they get enough to live, basically, for the most part. But they don't have any money.
They can't even afford.
They can't even bring cars. They won't allow them to import
cigars.
cars. They won't let them import. They won't let them import cars. That's why they have so many old cars over there. They have to keep them running.
Some of the best mechanics in the world.
I'm sure they are. They're very innovative mechanics, you know. Yeah. So yeah, of course it's cheaper. Now, do I think that ours is outrageous? Hell yeah. And something I hope will. I mean, it seems like they're trying to do some things the right way. I don't know if it's going to fix it or not. It's hard to fix something that big and that corrupt because you got a lot of people with their hands out in that line for your health care. You know, I mean, all the way from how it's being made to the point that it comes to you and you pay for it.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of damn hands in that. Hopefully, now I heard, I haven't seen anything happen yet, but, you know, I know we allegedly made that deal where that all the pharmaceutical companies are going to charge us what they charge the least country.
First nation status?
Yeah. And I've yet to see that materialize yet. Maybe it's coming soon. I think it was 90 days then. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I haven't seen it yet.
I use GoodRx. All mine are $5.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not bad. And again, you can get some discount things, you know. I know people cry about, you know, but you can't get, you know, the Ozempic or the Wegovy. Yeah, no, you gotta pay for that one. Yeah, because it's not.
If I used Ozempic, this shirt would not fit correctly.
That is probably true.
Yes.
But you can even get that now. You can get the, what is it, GLS one or whatever they call it. You can get them for like on these deals for like $350 a month if you want to pay cash for it. I mean, they're ones out there you can get for like $350 a month. A lot of people are buying peptides now. You order those from overseas. You got to be careful that you're getting it from a good source, but a lot of people use peptides. That's a big thing. It's been going on in Hollywood for a long time. Brandon said childbirth is a beautiful thing. Have you been there? It's not. I'm going to be honest, it's not beautiful at all.
It smells really
It's
bad.
just bad. But it's beautiful. What the baby is beautiful. After it gets older, it's not beautiful when it's born. It looks like a weird head alien to me.
Squirt vitamin K in its eyes.
Yeah,
and everything.
no. It's childbirth is not beautiful. You watch something that you've cherished your whole life go through a metamorphosis that it should never be seen by man, and you can't unsee that metamorphosis. So yeah, no.
Talking about her or the baby?
Yeah. Anyway, in Japan, it's free and a week in the hospital for mom to rest. Now, I would be interested. I don't know how they do theirs, how their taxes and everything work. I'm not familiar with the Japanese, what their social stuff is. It is different there. But yeah, I hope that we're beginning to have our eyes open. I hope that, our kids have a much better grip on healthcare and cost and taking care of themselves than we do. See, who's that? Mistress Mayhem 89. Mistress Mayhem 89. Now, is that the year you were born, not the year you graduated? Because I graduated in 88. So said I had both my babies at home, traded a Wii game system for part of the bill. See, that's the way to do it. That's baller right there. You just had them at home. By yourself, or did you have like a midwife, or just a YouTube video, or was it just a gamer that you traded the Wii system to?
I just had another flashback when you kicked my ass at Wii Bowling in a Mario Kart fashion.
No, I don't know if I did. I don't think I did that.
Oh, yes, you did too.
Did I?
Oh my God, yes.
Did I?
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Talk about
Mike.
stumble run out of your house.
I'm sorry, Mike. I apologize for that. I didn't mean to hurt you like that.
I'm scarred.
I didn't mean to hurt you that way.
Mario Kart scars are bad.
Tasha said, I say Jesus, when I had my son, I was on the table dying. My heart rate was down to 35, 40. I was praying to God, and I saw Jesus next to me. It was a wild experience. That does sound like a wild experience. Yeah, no, that would be a wild-ass experience. And I guess that's the danger of, having a baby at home, is in her case, her heart rate went down. It could have been real dangerous for her. Sometimes that does happen. I don't know. I don't know enough about spitting babies out. Tasha said, "Poor Mike." Yeah, don't fall for it. Don't fall for that.
It was hurtful.
Mike is very, very good with positioning. Just know that about Mike. He's one of the best. One of my favorites at it.
I heard he was so scared. He keeps saying he's going to call this place, and then he's like, "Oh, they're closed," and then, "Oh, we're not going to," and "Oh, well, I'll call him later." And
I know. I'm a terrible human being. Vectors. That's who I'm calling the Vectors Arcade. So I will, if you're watching, if anybody knows Vector, reach out to him. Otherwise, I'll call him this afternoon. Tomorrow when I get in here, we'll have a date booked, and we're going to have the Mario Kart tournament set up.
All right.
Heck yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Okay. I will.
Yeah.
I cannot participate in that. I'm not good enough.
No, you definitely are going to participate. Do you need to talk about it, Mike? I'm here for you.
I am the world's worst Mario Kart player.
Tasha's going to be your AI counselor. Tasha said, "Look, Tasha, stop drinking the
Thank
Kool-Aid."
you, Natasha. Finally.
Somebody's finally seeing his pain. It's just unbelievable the amount that he's dealing with. I don't even.
I'm still fucking wrecked. Can't believe it's true. Never thought my soul would be crushed by you. I remember you standing there telling me about how you care, that you'll stand by me anytime, anywhere. But that all changed at 9:07 p.m. Wouldn't believe you'd betray me until I walked in just a few seconds, you burned me to the core. You didn't even bother to close the door. Maybe I should have guessed by the way you dressed. Should I have gotten bent 'cause you wore a new scent. I just figured maybe you were bored. Just my imagination. I thought I should just ignore. But that all changed at 9:07 p.m. Wouldn't believe you'd betray me until I walked in. In just a few seconds, you burned me to the core. You didn't even bother to close the door. Now you're screaming, it's all my fault. You may appear to be a woman, but you're all assault. Hope it was worth wiping out everything I held true. I guess the trash takes itself out. Nothing left to love but an old tattoo. But that all changed at 9:07 p.m. Wouldn't believe you'd betray me until I walked in. In just a few seconds, you burned me to the core. You didn't even bother to close the door.
All right, real quick, got an interview here that I did yesterday, and real interesting person. They were a fellow contestant on the Blocks, the reality show we were on. That has not dropped yet. That's season 22. I'll definitely let you know when it does. But here is that interview. A real interesting character. All right, I am here with Isai Mercado, and he is a former contestant along with myself on the Blocks. And very excited to see you again. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I am great. Tell me about your experience on the Blocks. Was it pretty cool? Did you enjoy it? What did you think?
Yeah, it was a very unique experience. I'll tell you that right now. Like, so mind you, I had never pitched my company at all prior to being there. And I guess I sort of had like this kind of like public fear of like speaking.
Yeah.
And I decided just kind of like come out of my comfort zone and be like, you know what, why not just do it on TV? Why not?
Right. No pressure.
Oh yeah. It was definitely a crazy experience for me the first time around.
So what do you feel like that your takeaway from it was? What are the benefits you feel like that from it that you got?
Well, definitely a lot more confidence in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot more refining that I figured out that I had to do in terms of business and things like product market fit,
mm-hmm.
and all the topics that you and I both discussed while we were there.
Absolutely.
It was definitely a lot of that, a lot of refining. And if any of you are lucky enough to ever get on the show, that's going to be like the major thing is refining.
Yeah, they're going to force you to find a message and to get it down to the common denominator.
Exactly.
Do you feel like that you made a lot of connections while you were there with different people that may have been beneficial?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's only 2 other people there, not including myself, who were in automotive brands. And that was Pendulum Racing and Fried Color.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And dude, I mean, those guys were amazing. And I got to learn a lot from those guys because they were an automotive brand and because that's something that VFX wants to expand into later in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to ask them questions, about like what they would look like or what they would look for in a brand like VFX, to help them out.
Right. So VFX is the name of your business, and tell people what VFX is actually.
Yeah, so VFX is going to be a mobile platform where independent mechanics are going to be able to offer their services. So whatever skill set that may be. So that could actually, well, right now we're beachheading into just cars. Mm-hmm. But what that's going to go into is whatever kind of automotive experience that you have, you're going to be able to offer it on there, whether that be cars, diesel, small engine repair, marine, which is boats, things like that.
Right. So expand that to include any kind of mechanical motorized vehicle, golf car, anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So right now you guys have launched in the Austin market, which is where you're from, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And that's a very large market, but you're looking to expand the footprint of VFX across the country with this concept, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of that has to do with the sort of like the lifestyle that mechanics are living right now. I'm one right now, so I don't know if I told you already, but I work for Caterpillar as a
Hmm.
shop service technician. And the huge complaint that a lot of the guys get in the industry is the just utter lack of pay
Yeah.
and the lack of just like moving up within the industry.
So you find kind of as a mechanic, you find yourself kind of locked in and at a ceiling where you can't advance your career, grow that, and expand your income. Is that right? What you're saying?
Yeah, correct. Like, I mean, I love the industry, man. Like more than more than most people do. Like, I absolutely love it. But was forcing people to get out was just the pay.
Right.
You know, everyone knows that, you know, especially being a heavy duty mechanic in the construction industry and things like that, it ruins your body over time. But and like with the lack of compensation thereof, like it doesn't help people stay in.
When you say it right. When you say it ruins your body, what's the toll that it takes on you?
Oh man, dude, the amount of climbing that you have to do on some of these, pieces of heavy equipment,
Mhm.
the you know the potential for injury,
Yeah.
falling off equipment, working outside of the elements if you're a field technician,
Okay.
things like that. Like it's to some people, it ends up not being worth it anymore.
I'll tell you what. Back in the when I was growing up in the '80s, I worked on a lot of my own vehicles, and it's changed a lot. It's very difficult now to work on your own vehicle. Example is, and I'm not proud to tell you this, but my wife has an Infiniti, a QX80, beautiful vehicle. And the starter went out, and I said, "Oh, well, I've changed a lot of starters in my life. No big deal, right?" So I looked up, like every guy does. I looked up the YouTube video and said, "Oh yeah, no problem at all." 3 days. 3 days to change the starter because it's under. You got to take the cover off. You got to take all the ignition, the fuel stuff off. And it's way down there on the block. And it was a real pain in the ass. And 3 days is a lot of time to commit to something. But I didn't want to have it towed. It was at my house. I would have spent $200 to tow it. And but something like what you have would be ideal for someone like me who, my vehicle won't start. It's at the house. I don't want to pay $200 to tow it, but it's going to take me 3 days to change it. It'd be great to have somebody that could come there on the spot and take care of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially, and it's even better too if you have like an independent guy doing it for you. Usually because these guys are a lot more driven
Mm-hmm.
than the shop guys are because this is their product. This is their name on the line. It's not Honda.
Right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. If they want more business, they got to do it right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how is it going so far now that you've kind of begun to roll it out? Have you fully launched yet, or are you still in the launch process?
Yeah. So it's like it's fully launched. It is like the website is up and running and things like that.
Oh, great.
I obviously the marketing comes into effect. I got to get people to know who I am first, right?
Sure.
So, and then a lot of developing on top of that. What I'm doing right now is I'm developing sort of like this proprietary systems called a data flywheel,
Okay.
where the website through something called FixIQ and Trust Check is going to be able to essentially take all the information from specific VIN numbers, essentially have learning over time, and eventually I'll turn it into an AI system to help people out with their repairs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe even if you had a vehicle in the system, maybe at some point it could start sending updates to the owners saying, "Hey, based on the mileage you have, you might want to look at your timing chain. It could potentially be a problem soon."
Exactly.
Or it could send updates that, it'd be a good idea to do this at this time.
Yeah, and not even that. This is actually very beneficial for the people who are working on the vehicles too, because all of these they're called FixIQ maintenance logs. So they're all signed off by the mechanics with pictures taken, exactly what you did and all that, and they're all tied back to you.
Okay. So it stays with the vehicle record, basically, and it goes with anybody who sees that record will see the work that's been done.
Correct.
So kind of like your medical record following you.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. That's a pretty great idea. Who keeps that kind of stuff? You might keep a receipt, but it doesn't really have the documented steps that were taken and pictures and things like that, a subsequent person looking at it or even the mechanic who did it before can be reminded of.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really hoping that that system that I have will help with things like resale value and probably sending to like insurance companies if in case they want to take a look at the record.
I could see where, you might send out, if people were selling their vehicle, you could say, hey, we'll send you a USB with all the data on it, and you can include that in your sale, as a selling point. That'd be kind of cool to have of all your documentation of the work that's been done and whatnot.
Right, exactly. And then, I mean, like I said, like everything that I've built into the platform is meant for the vendors themselves and the mechanics.
Hmm.
Like I am one. I know what I would want, at least in a platform like that.
Right.
So I built it specifically to make these guys happy, and I feel like I hopefully am.
No, that's great, man. I mean, coming from a mechanic perspective, but you're putting together a tool that, both the mechanic and the end user can interact and communicate on and provide documentation and updates and things of that nature. And that also helps hold them accountable to make sure they are doing the top end work that they're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that log actually will not be optional,
Right.
believe it or not. So if you do something on that, best believe that there will be some documentation involved.
That's
And
cool. That's cool. So where do you see it long term going? What do you think is going to happen, man?
yeah, so the very very long term goal that I have for the company is going to be like this. So obviously expansion into other markets, but in every like major city across the U.S., what I want to do is incorporate something that's going to be called DIY garages.
Hmm.
So what that's going to look like is you're going to have VFX is going to have their own physical centers where you will have bays for not only just the mechanics to come take on heavier jobs, with the built-in like lifts and stuff like
Hmm.
that, but also customers, if they don't want to hire a mechanic, they can go in, rent the bays, and then pay a fee to do it to do it whatever they want to do to the car.
Okay, so that they'd have access to tools and whatnot. Maybe you'd have a service center manager that oversaw everything.
Correct. Like, and those positions would obviously be held for like the older people in the automotive industry or title
Right.
attorney managers and things like that. And then on top of that, those places would be good for storing parts. So if you ordered parts from anywhere, you can bring it right to these VFX locations, pick them up, and go ahead and work on your car in our bays.
Okay, I think that does sound awesome. So it sounds like you're going to have a lot of possibilities, whether you want to do it yourself, you want to have someone else do it, and you might be able to save money and get a great mechanic that can perpetually service your car. Because let's be honest, in a perfect world, the same mechanic would always be the one that touches your car, right?
Right. Exactly.
And why is that beneficial?
Well, because they typically, it's like your doctor, right? They typically know your long-term health, right? Depending
Right.
on how long you've been with that doctor or how long someone's been working on your car, they know everything about it, or at least they should. And
Hmm.
with these logs that I'm implementing, they're able to essentially look back on their work, come look at it and say, hey, okay, this might be an issue. I maybe could have missed this. Let me go ahead and fix this right here. It's just like a really good tracking system to help make sure that cars are taken care of properly.
I think that you could potentially interface with somebody like a Carfax in the future, or someone like that, where your product report was a companion of theirs, so that not only would people know if a car had been wrecked, but they would also know the work that's been done to it over time. And I think that could be a very powerful tool.
Yeah, it's sort of like think of it like a maintenance credit score in a
Yeah.
way. So these things I kind of want to grade, and that's not to put I'm not trying to put any burden on the mechanics, but accountability has to be instilled in this
Sure.
industry. So the better these logs are, the better they're gonna look.
Right.
It's not benefiting me in any kind of way, shape, or form at all. Like I just created it for them. This is the logs are meant for them to establish that they know what they're doing and that they're being accountable for their repairs.
Right. And
And
document that to the end user.
exactly, yeah.
That's awesome, man. It sounds like your concept is not only really cool, but one that has a lot of tentacles that can come from it and really be a meaningful part of the automotive industry.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I mean, car like you mentioned Carfax earlier, and like Carfax is cool and whatnot, but there's not really any. I feel I wanted to see more of what was actually done and not just people telling me what was done.
That's right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is if you had this as a companion, whether and it wouldn't just have to be body work; it could be any work, period, that's done on the car. You know, from as soon as they started with ViaFix, if you bought the car and you start with ViaFix and until till you decide to trade it or sell it, you've got all that documentation. Man, that's going to be powerful.
Yeah, I know it's by the way, so the logs were always going to be a thing, but the using the AI to essentially track all that stuff and give like predictions for like the future, you know what I'm saying, was something that I came up actually maybe within like a week or two of me leaving the blocks.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like,
it's a great idea too, and a great leveraging of AI. You know, not only can it help, but it can provide predictability of what may be next.
yeah, absolutely.
That's great. That's great. Well, tell people again, how do they go about finding what you're doing and finding out more about it?
Well, so I have a few things. So you can go on tryviafix.com, tryviafix.com.
All right.
Or you can go on our TikTok pages, which is going to be tryviafix at tryviafix, and then also the same thing for Instagram and Facebook.
That's great. That's great. So tryviafix.com. Go over there, check out what he's got going on. Maybe you're a mechanic and you're thinking, hey, I'd like to side hustle or I'd like to shift my career and stop working for the man and start working for myself. Maybe ViaFix can help you do that. It sounds like a platform that any independent mechanic would love to be part of.
Yeah, definitely. It's a fairly new concept that I've had, especially with me going into not just the automotive industry for now, but going into other things also in the future.
Right.
We plan to cover all kinds of maintenance. So right now the main focus is just cars, but later on down the line, if you guys have any kind of other skill sets, like marine, for example, and you live in Boston and you want to go to Cape Cod and service some people over there, you absolutely can do that.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. I mean, you could have it on golf courses. You could have it everywhere. I mean, there's so many applications for this to be used.
Absolutely, yeah. I definitely plan on helping the independent guys whenever I can.
Man, this is great. Well, check them out again. Tryviafix.com, man. Thank you for coming on. And, man, I can't wait to see our season of the blocks come out. I know we can't talk about winning and all that yet, but it was a very exciting season. And I'll see you soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one, man. Thank you, brother. All right. We are back. Yeah, I see that, Andy.
Dude, they are cracking me
if you
up.
go to betablocks.com, you can see they've got the 17th season released. So it's going to be just a little bit longer before we get to season 22. And I want to see it too. I also have not seen it, so I have no idea what it's how it looks yet. So it'll be exciting though. Huh?
Yeah, man.
All right. So you said this morning that you had something going on today. So now is probably the time to get to that if you want to do something today.
Is it? Okay. All
Yeah, I'm just saying if you want to do something today.
So, I got you a little something, and Mike helped me out with this. I had messaged him a while ago because this has been something that's been in the works for a while, and I've just been quiet about it. I haven't given any hints, anything, nothing. So, anyways, we all know that, of course, we've been doing this, almost a year now? Mm-hmm. It's been about that long?
Yes,
so it's opened up a lot of doors for me, obviously. So, number one, thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Number two, we've seen you break your ribs in a wrestling match.
Yeah, that is true.
We've seen you go through a table.
That is true. I did do that.
We've now seen you take a paintball shot.
Yeah, I did that.
So, you've been a champion of a lot of things, right?
He really endured the abdominal shocker thing way better than you did.
Right.
I did take that as well. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Better than Rich.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
I have officially the brand new
What is
for
this?
you Patrick and the People Championship
Oh, man,
belt.
That's awesome, actually. I was
That-
expecting this to be something
I had made
more.
for you. With the help of Mike, I sent him some pictures, and I was like, man, this is what I'm thinking. Do you think Patrick would like something
Look
like
at
this?
that right there, y'all. That is dope as hell. Hold on, let's zoom in. See, this is not what I expected, and now I feel a tap away. All right, hold on a second. Let's.
As a thank you, man, for everything you've
No,
done,
man,
not only for me, but for, other independent wrestlers and also just everybody here, man. I mean, it's been awesome. I obviously look forward to it continuing, and I felt like
Look
you
at that.
needed a championship belt, even though you couldn't,
that. Here, let's.
Yeah, there you go.
Couldn't actually win your own championship.
Here, you need me to move a camera?
You can adjust it as need be, but yeah, let's see.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect. Yeah.
It even goes all the way around him.
Right? Yeah, that one, if you look at that side plate, it says, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Yeah, see that? Are you freaking kidding me? Right there, and then go this way. Come back this way.
Patrick and the people, the important part.
Yep. And then on the bottom of it, it actually says podcast champion. So,
Podcast champion.
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
yeah, man. So your very own championship belt, man.
This is wow, man. I don't even know what I'm a little bit speechless right now. To be honest with you, bro.
Well, you're welcome,
first
man. You
of all-
deserve it,
hold
seriously.
on. First of all, thank you, bro.
Of course.
Thank you for helping him. That's really unexpected and way cooler than anything I could have imagined. Yeah, no, we'll just. That's dope as hell, man. Thank
Yeah,
you,
man.
man. That was
Absolutely,
really,
man. Thank you. Seriously, for everything.
No,
and
yeah,
that's
I mean, I haven't done
just
it. You know that.
just a token of what I can show to appreciate. you,
No,
man.
it's
For real.
Andy's got a way of just shitting on it.
yeah. No, you're right, man. I need to. I'm trying to lose that gut again. I put just a little belly back on, and I got to see
I
if these
brought donuts
bastards
this
bring
morning.
donuts. Everybody started hating on me when I lost weight, and they try to tempt me now. My wife's the same way. All of a sudden, she wants to make dinner. I'm like, when did this happen? What is going on here?
Where's that Alfredo sauce recipe?
Right.
And it's not like, she's not making the, the stuff that that's going to cause you. She's making the good Southern cooking. She's bringing me, this week it was chicken and rice with cheese.
Oh.
It was some kind of other, man, it's just, I'm like, come on now. What are you, he's just helping me get back.
Latasha, he did that for me.
Oh, thank you, Tasha Mack. I don't know why you say that, but thank you very much, Tasha Mack. You're very kind to say so. I'm thankful, for you and for both of you guys. Actually, Mike, I think I've known you since 4th grade, man. Is that right? 4th grade? Is that about right?
Probably before that, but
But at least since 4th grade.
I think we were in the same class in 4th grade.
Yeah. And so we've
Say prop it up on your laptop screen. They want to see it,
Okay.
if you can.
It'll probably stand up.
It probably will. It's metal. It's heavy as hell.
Yeah, that's a real legit belt, man.
That's
yeah.
the same
Yep.
process that we use to make dies for foil stamping and embossing.
It's dope as hell. There you
That's
go.
basically
How's that?
just big giant foil stamping dies right there that they painted.
I've told you, Rich, several times that your talent rose on its own. I mean, all I did was provide a platform for you, and you've utilized it well. You're a good human being. Both of you guys are good human beings. Mike pretends like he's not, but he is. And I'm thankful to have you in my life. I'm thankful to have all of these people, but you guys, obviously, I talk to both of you often,
Absolutely,
regularly, and it means a lot. And I'm thankful because in your case, Rich, not that I'm putting Rich above anyone else, but man, he comes in every day and he's just like me. He's volunteering. I mean, we're not getting a check for doing this. We're not getting any kind of money off of the books from doing this. I mean, that all it does is basically pay for operating the show. So we come in here now. Am I going to tell you that, we haven't benefited in ways? Of course we have.
Absolutely.
I mean, sometimes I'll get great real estate clients from this.
Right. I've gotten great bookings.
Yeah, you've gotten great bookings. So yes, there are some ancillary benefits, but
And you say that, like you mentioned a minute ago, and I, again, this was just done as a thank you, a way for me to show my appreciation, and
it means a lot because
I appreciate that, man.
It's just one of those things that you don't expect.
Well, and like you said, I may have had the talent, and again, questionable after everything I've been through, but nonetheless, what I was getting at is, talent there or not, however you want to look at it, you have certainly been a main benefiter in bringing me into realizing my true self, for lack of a better term.
That's hey, if you recognize your value, that's awesome,
Right.
Because you deserve to.
Yeah, there'd have been no leg up if it wasn't for you.
I don't know about that either, man. Hey, that was good times though back then, buddy. Those were good times. Listen, I'm thankful to everybody, all of you guys, and we've said it here, and I'll say it over and over again that the whole basis of this is lifting each other up. We're all better trying to get there together and helping each other instead of tearing each other down. What's Andy saying? Because
He said this is me trying to get out of being shot in the ass.
Oh no, you can still do that. You can still do that for sure. Tactical Turkey said, "Y'all are heroes. I can only hope to be like you three one day." Okay, buddy. Yeah, now
you're
you're
a hero,
piling it
Andy.
on. Yeah. You're the guy everybody's trying to get with when the end comes.
Yeah, right.
Like, no, where's Andy at? I want to survive. Help me live. I wish they would Red Dawn this state. Shit, find out. Please come on and Red Dawn us and find out. This is the wrong state to pull that shit in. You better go up to somewhere else in California or somewhere where they don't know what to do, because here you won't make it to the ground. Start popping you out the sky. Pull. That's terrible. We got to go, man.
Oh, y'all have a good one.
Thank y'all again.
Absolutely, bro. You deserve it, for real, man.
I just
Really,
said
thank
that
you,
looks great. That's all I did.
Man, you
Appreciate
guys,
everything else.
you're awesome, man. Thank you guys. And thank all of y'all. We'll see you next time.